Tim Guinness is Chief Investment Officer at Guinness Atkinson Asset Management. The group's global energy funds have $25 million invested in BP. So it's great to get your thoughts, Tim. Thanks so much for coming in. So is the deal with Rosneft a good one?
I keep on saying to people that developing these Arctic assets in the Kara Sea is interesting. Russia's interesting, but it's a difficult place to do business. I don't think it's a disaster if this doesn't happen, and if it does happen, we're going to have to wait quite a long time to see if it really does add value. I think we just need a measured response. I'm completely behind the BP management trying to make it work. But they must make it work on the right terms, not the wrong terms. And if they can't succeed, they shouldn't be sort of hassled into doing a deal just because not doing a deal is seen to be a failure.
But surely that is how it will be seen by many shareholders.
Well, not by me.
Not by you.
I'm interested.
You're sounding a note of caution here. In fact, you seem almost reluctant about the whole thing.
I'm cautious. I think Russia's a difficult place to do business. It's a very interesting place. There are huge potential resources to be developed there, but we know it's a difficult place to do business.
You said that it wouldn't be a disaster if it falls through, but given everything that's happened in the Gulf of Mexico, this idea of looking east, huge untapped oil and gas reserves, I mean, big opportunities in Russia for BP, right?
Yeah, well, I'm going to disagree with you.
Oh, okay.
The point is, yes, it's an interesting opportunity, but there are plenty of others. That's my main point.
So where should BP be looking?
Well, lots of the places they are looking. Australia, you know, there's a huge amount to be done in places like the Carnarvon Basin in the northwest of Australia. West Africa, huge place to be done there. The Caspian, Canada, Brazil.
So that's where that's where they should be focusing. How difficult is it going to be for BP to win over its partners, TNK-BP, to really resolve this? Because, yes, they've won an extension of the deadline, but there is still a dispute here that is far from being resolved.
I have no idea whether the TNK people are rational. Rational people ought to be able to do a deal. It seems to me they're not in a very comfortable position either. And perhaps they can do a deal.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to fault BP if they can't. No.
I mean, they're saying that, that they have exclusive rights for BP to be pursuing opportunities in Russia with them. They're saying this is in complete contravention of their agreement with BP.
I have no idea whether they're right or wrong. I haven't seen the documents.
You don't think that's a rational conclusion, though?
The point is that BP, all that BP can do is to try and work out a deal with their fellow shareholders.
Do you think that BP risks overpaying in trying to resolve this with TNK?
There is that risk, and I hope they don't fall into that trap.
Yeah. And how concerned are you about BP's deteriorating relationship with AAR?
You use a slightly loaded word there, which is deteriorating. It doesn't seem to have been a good relationship for quite a long time. But I'm not sure all the fault's on BP's side.
What do you think shareholders are going to want to hear from Dudley today?
I honestly hope that the meeting doesn't focus on Rosneft. I hope that he talks about the progress they are making in restoring their reputation in the US, and on all the other myriad fronts that they're advancing on. I mean, I think BP is a great company. Yeah. I think Dudley, as far as I can see, there's no reason why he shouldn't be a great chief executive. He's got problems. Yeah. But let's back him.
But if this deal does collapse with Rosneft, will some shareholders, I know clearly the view from yourself is that it's not going to be a big disaster, but nevertheless, will there be others who will lose some confidence in Dudley? Maybe,
but we won't. Well, we won't. Obviously, it depends how it collapses, but we won't necessarily.
Tim Guinness, great to talk to you, Chief Executive Officer of Guinness Asset Management. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Maryam.